The city was dying, not from the plague, but from the greed of those who ruled it. They built walls of steel and electricity to keep the sickness out, while the poor rotted in the streets. The sickness was not a curse. It was a tool used by the elite to cleanse the lower classes. The guards who were supposed to protect the innocent became the executioners, enforcing brutal curfews. But there are powers older than the city, powers that watch from the void, waiting for the right moment. A mark was given, a brand of dark magic, chosen not by bloodline, but by the thirst for justice. The hunted became the hunter, armed with shadows and steel slipping through their perfect defenses. Gold and status mean nothing when the assassin can walk through walls and stop the ticking of the clock. Every fallen guard, every dismantled machine was a message to the tyrant sitting on the stolen throne. The system is built on fear, but fear is a weapon that can be turned against its masters. The Lord Regent whispered lies into the ears of the fearful, while he hoarded the only cure. We were soldiers, once, protectors of the crown, until the crown itself became a weapon of murder. They framed me for the crime they committed, because a dead man tells no tales, but a ghost has memory. In the deepest cell of the prison, I found a silence that spoke louder than any scream. That was when the world of men ended, and the world of the void began to bleed through. He appeared in the shadows, a boy with eyes as black as the deep ocean, carrying the weight of eternity. He didn't offer salvation. He offered a choice: to remain a victim or become a storm. The mark on my hand burned with the heat of 1,000 dying stars, granting me sight beyond sight. I could see their heartbeats through the walls. I could hear their secrets in the wind. The clock tower struck midnight, and the first name on my list was about to be crossed out in blood. The high priest preached about purity to the starving crowds while bathing in the stolen gold of the sick. His prayers were interrupted by a shadow that dropped from the ceiling, silent and cold as the grave. I left his body on his own altar, a message to the others that no amount of holy water can wash away true guilt. Panic spread through the grand mansions of the elite, much faster than the plague ever spread in the slums. They built taller walls and created mechanical beasts, fueled by burning whale oil, to light up every dark corner. But their technology is blind to magic. I folded space itself and walked right through the blinks of their mechanical eyes. Next were the twin brothers, who controlled the mines, building their vast fortune on the broken backs of the workers. A quick death was too merciful for them. Instead, I erased their identities and sent them to rot in their own labor camps. With every leader that fell, the city grew wilder. The rats multiplied in the streets, feeding on the rising chaos. The dark entity from the void laughed in my mind, enjoying the show, watching me slowly become the very monster I hunted. The streets burned with the anger of the forgotten. The poor finally realized that the elites bleed just like them. Only the grand palace remained untouched, a fortress of lies surrounded by a river of pure misery. The tyrant sat on his stolen throne, trusting no one, jumping at the sound of his own heartbeat. His walls were impenetrable to armies, but physical walls mean nothing to a shadow that walks between worlds. Blocking the final door was the royal executioner, a giant who treated the breaking of bones like a symphony. Brute strength is useless against the void. I slipped through his shadow and let my blade whisper its final word. The heavy oak doors crashed open, revealing the architect of this entire nightmare. Cowering like a cornered rat, he offered me gold titles, the entire city, everything a man could ever want in exchange for a single breath. Looking at this pathetic creature, I realized that true power is not sitting on a throne. It is deciding who gets to sit there. Killing him was too easy. Instead, I connected his private audio logs to the city's warning sirens, broadcasting his sins to everyone. The city listened in dead silence as the tyrant's confessions echoed through the foggy streets. The guards who once protected him threw down their weapons, refusing to die for a liar. The angry mob broke through the iron gates, flooding the grand palace like a dark tidal wave. I watched from the rooftops as they dragged him out, his golden crown trampled in the mud. Revenge is a bitter drink, but tonight, the whole city shared the cup. The dark entity appeared again, walking beside me on the edge of the crumbling roof. He smiled and asked if the chaos I created made the air smell any sweeter. I realized the glowing mark on my hand would never fade. It was a permanent scar on my soul. The throne was empty now, a shiny trap waiting for the next fool hungry for power. They wanted a hero to lead them to build a new world from the ashes of the old. But a man made of shadows cannot survive in the bright light of day. I threw my steel mask into the dark river, watching it sink into the abyss. My name was already dead buried under the lies they told years ago. I turned my back on the burning city, choosing exile over the illusion of peace. There will always be tyrants, and there will always be a need for monsters to hunt them. The void watches us all, waiting for the moment our hearts give in to the darkness. This is how an empire falls, not with an army, but with the whisper of a blade. The archives hold many such stories of broken cities and silent assassins. If you seek the truth hidden in the shadows, do not close your eyes. Subscribe to the archive and let the darkness consume you. Subscribe to the archive and let the darkness consume you. The city did not find peace. It only found a different kind of darkness. Power is never truly destroyed. It only changes hands in the middle of the night. I see the new faces rising from the gutters, hungry for the same gold and the same blood. They call me a savior, but they do not see the blood on my soul or the void in my heart. Memory is a curse that keeps the wounds open long after the blade has been cleaned. Some stories end with a hero standing tall. Mine ends with a shadow fading into the fog. Every empire is a circle, and every circle eventually returns to the point of origin. Do not look for me in the light. I am the thing that makes the light necessary. The archive is never complete, as long as there is a story untold in the dark. Sleep now, for tomorrow the shadows will return for us all.